Okay, with iOS 7, all these great features, but it's draining the battery quite a bit. So these are some tips that you can do to save your battery life. First thing, app refresh. Go under settings, general, background app refresh. If you don't need it to update, turn it off. It doesn't matter if it updates or not, go ahead and just turn it off. That's going to save you lots and lots of battery life. If you don't want to use it at all, go ahead and turn the whole service off. And if I need them later, I can turn them back on. But background app refresh, turn it off if you're not using it. Another way to save location services, go ahead under settings, under privacy, location services. If you don't care if the app knows where you're at, go ahead and turn that off as well. If you don't want these things to track your location, just go ahead and turn it off of those apps. Only keep the ones you need. I'm not going to go through all of them now, but just kick that little green switch over and turn it off. If you don't want to use it at all, turn the whole service off. Most of your camera apps, if you want it to save the data where it was taken, you probably have to have that turned on. But if you don't care about that, go ahead and turn it off. So that's another thing that will save you some juice. Another way to save, if you don't use Bluetooth, make sure it's turned off. The little control panel that comes up from the bottom makes this pretty convenient. So you can turn off and on Bluetooth right there. So if you use it in the car, but don't use it, when you're out and about, when you get out of the car, just take it off. Turn it off. That'll save you some juice. Same with Wi-Fi. If you're, you're going to be at work all day and you're not going to be connected to Wi-Fi, go ahead and turn it off. Those things will save you battery. They go out and constantly look for a wireless signal and constantly look for Bluetooth devices to connect to. So if those are turned off, that's going to save you quite a bit of battery. You can always, it's very simple. Getting back in the car, hey, I need Bluetooth back on. Boom. It's done. So go ahead and turn it off if you're not using it. It's quick and easy to turn it back on when you're using it. iOS 7 has made it easy to turn these on and off. Swipe up from the bottom. You can turn on Wi-Fi, turn off Bluetooth, turn them on when you need them, and when you don't, turn them off. Okay, on the iPhone 5 and above, and I believe it's also on the iPad mini and iPad 4th gen, there is AirDrop. And to get to that, you just swipe up from the bottom of the screen. You'll see a little icon that says, or a little thing that says AirDrop. If you're not going to use that, turn that off. It just constantly goes out and looks for other devices with AirDrop on. So if you want to use the service, that's great, but just keep it off until you need it. You can always go in and turn it on when you need it. So turn it off, and that'll save you some battery. Okay, another addition with iOS 7 is the ability to have motion background, so backgrounds that actually move. And that is cool, but it doesn't really do much but consume power. So if you want to save some more battery life, go under settings, go under wallpapers and brightness, choose a wallpaper. Anyone that says dynamic there, that's going to be one that actually moves and has motion in the background. The stills, you probably just want to choose one from there that doesn't have any motion. You will still have the kind of the 3D effect with when you move your phone around, your icons kind of look like they float on top of the background. And another cool effect, but that does nothing but use up more processing power and in turn your battery. So to disable that, go to settings, go to general, accessibility, and reduce motion. Look for that. Turn that on. So when you go back to your home screen, the icons will no longer float and look like they're moving on top of the background. I kind of like that effect, but if you're really wanting to save battery, go ahead and turn that reduce motion on. Another thing, if you know you're going to be in an area where you don't have service, you can pull up the control panel from the bottom of the screen, go ahead and turn on airplane mode. That way it's not constantly looking for a signal and constantly trying to connect to towers. And then you can always go in here and enable it when you need it. And one more thing, you may just want to restart your phone every once in a while, just maybe once a week. Just give it a good restart. There may be some processors that are locked up or running in the background that don't need to be running, and that's consuming power. So just go ahead and hold the top button up top. You can go ahead and just power it down, then reboot it. Just boot it right back up, and that will do a lot sometimes, especially if you haven't restarted your phone in months and months. So you may want to just do that, and you may notice a boost in performance and power. Thanks. Okay, another just a tip, just advice. Plug it in as much as possible. If you have a 30-minute commute to work, get you a car charger, plug it in. That way it can be charging all that time. If you have a office or a desk where you can plug it in while you're at work. And if you really need something, you can get an extra battery case, somewhat similar to this. This is by Energizer. I'll put a link in the description to this one here. It works really well. It'll take a phone from about 18% up to about 90%. So it'll almost replenish the entire battery of it. This is a 4S. They do make them for 5S. So I like this case. It works pretty good. Thanks for watching my video today. I hope you've learned something, and I hope it extends the life of your battery. Please share this video on Twitter, Google+, Facebook, anywhere you can possibly think of. There's a lot of people out there complaining about battery life, and hopefully we can help extend their battery life as well. Thanks.